Sports Talk 101 on digital radio, on the app, on your smart speaker, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Facebook. Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Discuss, debate, entertain, and loud.
Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Football time. Oh, let me shift that over. I had something planned and I didn't get it set up in time. Damn it! I had the perfect thing that I wanted to prep.
Niners.
I got two things. I got two videos that are worth their weight in gold, and I wanted to open the scene a different way, and I done messed it up. It was going to be one of the most epic things ever. Let me make sure I got the right video. That's I think oh, I can only have one video. Okay. So the first one we're going to do it is this one. And I downloaded these, but come on now.
They got to see this every year, dude. Every year they got to see that.
No.
What?
This was 60 seconds almost.
What did I tell y'all? Didn't I say just be patient?
You did.
That's all I asked.
You did.
That's all I asked. All I
know.
asked was
it's okay.
y'all to be
Cowboys,
patient. It was
Ron
coming.
got the
It was coming. It didn't matter. High power, prolific offense. Michael Irvin, the playmaker. Keep it spinning or breaking records. We averaging more than 35 points per game. Well, what did you do tonight?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I can't wait till first thing tomorrow morning. I can't wait.
Do you know how many times? Thank you, Steven. Thank you for stopping by the studio. I love doing that because it makes it look more realistic. But do you know how many times I watched that? And every time, it was like Christmas. It always is. It's every time they falter. And we said it. This is another one. This is another fantastic one.
Oh, man, look
Oh, sorry. I hit it twice.
Why take it?
Why
take it out on your TV?
I mean, there were some worse ones. I mean, I was gonna get the Dak Prescott jersey getting burned with the dummy wearing he was wearing a Tony Romo jersey. So
Skip Bayless, who is a Cowboy fan, he took off his Dak jersey, threw it in the trash can, said he's done. They'll be back every year. And then there was fighting in Santa Clara at the 49er game. You had some 49er fans following some Dallas Cowboy guys going, "Oh yeah, y'all them boys, huh? You them boys." And then over in Dallas, you had a couple of some Cowboys trying to fight a 49er fan, swinging haymakers at his head and stuff. But at the end of the day, it was a very good defensive game. It was the defense made that game interesting.
You know what it was? It was exactly how I said it was back in the 90s. That's what it was. Actually, it was basically the same. I mean, the Cowboys usually lost. San Francisco 9 times out of 10 won, but the defenses, that's what it was. It was that ground and pound. Now the problem for Dallas was the fact, besides we all knew they were going to be they were going to lose, was they had no running game. They lost their best running back. And no, I'm not talking about Zeke because that guy's a bum. He's an overpaid bum. I've been saying that all season long that they should have gotten rid of his ass. And hopefully Jerry will do the smart thing and probably not do anything because that's Jerry Jones for you.
I wish no injuries on nobody. I hope Pollard can get his money and finds a team, if it's Cowboys or whoever. But he should get paid, man, because he is actually should be the feature running back on that team. And as far as Zeke, I mean, he's running. He runs like he's got like a pile of poo in his pants. You know, he just. I mean, third downs. I mean, I'll give him that. He for the easy vulture touchdown, he can do that. But if you need somebody to like, he can't. He just can't. He just don't have that burst of speed like he did when he was young.
You can't pay Zeke that kind of starting running back money when he's clearly a third down back. He's like what Jerome Bettis was, except Jerome Bettis 10 times better.
If I was the ownership or the management, I'd ask them, look, you want to be on the team? We got to cut your pay and then give some of that pay to a younger dude or get somebody else in there. Or you have somebody. You got somebody. But most likely he'll probably, go somewhere else. I can't.
Well, and see, and the problem that we have here is the fact that you said ownership or management's got to do the smart thing. Well, we got to remember this is not the smart. This ain't the right team to be focusing on that, because it doesn't matter who's in charge. There's only one man in charge in that team, and that's Jerry Jones. It doesn't matter how many other people he's got telling, yo, we need to do something about Zeke.
Here's the thing I don't understand. It's like, because they did the same crap last year. If you know you've got seconds. Why would you? Did you see the guy get popped that last play? That boy got popped. Whoever caught that ball,
I felt that in my knees.
Okay. Why?
But you want to
go down the field, Hail Mary. Okay, Hail Mary. I mean,
now
what the hell?
But let's remember here. There's a reason Dallas only isn't this badass team like everybody thinks. Look at their logo. They are a 1-star team. They ain't 5 stars. They only won. That they lost all them other stars. They're not that good. The other issue is when you're talking about that last play that, I don't know what idiot thought that was going to work. I'm going to take a shot that it was probably McCarthy.
No,
because he's a dummy.
Did you listen? We did something stupid too because our player Mitchell, when he had the ball and he was running, the idiot did not. He went out of bounds. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
you stay in bounds and let the clock run. You don't stop the clock for the other team. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead on that.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, did you listen to Greg Olson? Like, I know that Brady's supposedly gonna be that number one guy for the sports analyst. I'm sorry, Greg Olson even called that whole issue out with what the Cowboys were doing from start to finish. He was so spot on with that game during that game. Hey, Kevin. Poor Raiders fan. I mean, you might actually get, you'll probably get Tom Brady or somebody for quarterback next season. So it's all good.
You don't want to play no broke ass game.
I don't know. He might. He might. Who knows what'll happen. I mean, we really don't know what the hell. I mean, if you ask Brady, he's like, I don't know what the F I'm going to do. If I knew what the F I was going to do, I'd have already done it.
Right.
Because I heard his rant on that podcast he was on.
Right.
What happened to the Bills? I had such high expectations for them.
They didn't show up. They didn't show up. They
But this is like, I almost want to say this is like the Bengals last year. Remember, they got into the playoffs, and it was like a different team. Once they were a playoff team, that playoff kicked in, it was all, they were on a whole nother level. And they're doing the same thing again. The issue that I have is that, look, who are they facing in the AFC Championship? A team that they've already beaten 3 times in a row. They have their number. That other team's star quarterback is he going to be 100%?
Right.
He was a one-legged quarterback in the NFL that we got to watch hopping around. I mean, and no disrespect, I gave him a lot of credit for hopping around and still making freaking plays, and you could tell he was in some pain. and he still stepped up to the. Well, I mean, he hopped up to the plate. But my concern will be: is he going to be 100% against a Bengals team that is?
First of all,
hungry.
Jacksonville, how do you let a one-legged quarterback beat you? Okay, how do you let a one-leg dude? And he's sitting there in denial, hopping around. I'm like hopping like a bunny on one leg, throwing crazy balls and
There's
stuff,
nothing.
man.
He's like, there ain't nothing wrong with me, guys. And you can see, anytime you see the slightest pressure on that foot, you know, you can see his face right in pain, but he's like, nah, there ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm fine.
Right. Right.
The Bengals are going to eat him, tear him apart is my fear.
Yeah.
Oh. Jacksonville had, you know what though? But I give Jacksonville credit. At least they got where they did. I mean, who really expected them to even get that far in the first place?
They're on a team that's on. They're on a team that's on the up. Hold on. I got videos playing in my ear. I hear Stephen A. Smith coming back playing in my ear. I'm like, man, get out of here. Jacksonville Jaguars are where you want to see, like where they came and where they got to. They're on a rise. They're doing their thing. They've had also people come back from injuries. They're gonna be okay. They're gonna be all right. I there's no way in the hell I had them to beat Kansas City, but you had an opportunity because you had Patrick Mahomes hurt. You had Chad Henne. Good Lord. How old is Chad Henne? He's still in the league. You should have took advantage.
He's in his 40s. I think he's in his 40s. He might be. Honestly, I don't know.
Hey, he scored a touchdown though. He did.
You know what he did? He looked. You know what? He actually looked pretty damn good, to be honest. I was kind of surprised. I was like, "Oh, I remember him."
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I would have let him in there. There's no way in the hell I would take a chance of Patrick Mahomes to be in there. You gotta be smart, man. Gotta be smart.
I understand Patrick he's got that desire to win, but there's a time and a place for that, and the coach should have said no, dude, just let him go. If they needed, because Henne didn't look that bad, they were still doing what they needed to, and I think they still would have won with him there. But I also understand in the back of your mind, you don't want to risk something and then get knocked out.
Isaiah Pacheco had an awesome, he ran 95 yards, carried the ball 12 times, and then you had, you got Travis Kelce, 2 touchdowns. That's your star right there. It's Kelce. You could have did Chad Henne, Kelce. I don't think Jacksonville could have stopped that. But then, you got Christian Kirk, you got Zay Jones. They had Travis, on the running back on Jacksonville. I mean, easily. I mean, it was 20-27. I mean, Jacksonville could have easily won that, but you got to take opportunity chances like that. And then here's the thing, Dallas. If you need a kicker, my man Vet right here, he can kick the ball way further. Bro, here's the problem. Let me go back to the Cowboys. How the hell you gonna have a kicker? A kicker, that he can't even do the point after kicks. He got the kick was blocked, but even if you looked at the kick, it wouldn't have never went through the goal. It wouldn't have been a field goal anyway.
They were. You could tell they were scared to put him in every time.
Man, let me tell you something. It'd be 4th, and I don't give a damn. Whatever. I'm not kicking it. I'm bringing up some plays, and I'm gonna try and throw the ball. Which, I think they did do some 4th down plays. They didn't leave it to the kicker, but he did end up kicking and getting a point out there, getting a field goal, but just that one miss, that point hurts them, and it's just down the momentum that they had. And they're like, oh my God, we're not gonna go through this again. But yeah, man, I'm hoping. I mean, my wish is hoping for the Bengals and Niners. But
that's who I have.
But guess what? I'm sorry. I'm still going with KC and the Niners. I'm going, and I hope the Niners can come back and win, and Brock Purdy becomes the next Kurt Warner legend, because the story is damn near almost similar.
I don't think we have any. I don't see the Niners losing to the Eagles, no matter what they want to say.
I don't know, man. It's rough. Look, man. Did you know what they do in Philly? They take snowballs, right? They take batteries. They take double D's or triple A's or double A batteries, and they stick them in snowballs, and they throw them at the players on the field. I don't know. Philly, man. The fans in Philly, man. I mean, they probably curse and the vulgar and the language. And it's cold. Gonna be crazy. But
yeah, I'm looking for. I had a saved video I wanted to pull up. I gotta find it though, because it's pretty good.
I see like Warner and Bosa stopping. Hopefully, they can stop Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Okay, so I got another clip. To pull up. This one I got to share my screen, and I got to have the audio on. So we'll have to silence ourselves because this one's just as funny. This is for all you Dallas fans. Jerry, I hope you're watching because this guy's. I found your kicker.
There was other teams that lost besides Dallas.
I know, but I'm sorry. It's my thing. I got to do it. All right. This stupidest video I've ever seen. Dude, this guy's just like, look, he already kicks that shit better. Oh my God. I've had so much fun with this.
So crazy.
The moment they lost, I was prepped for this just to go at Dallas. I can't stand Dallas anyways as a Washington fan.
I'm going to be like this, man. Look, they had a very good defense game. They
did. They have the talent -2.
So let me ask you this. Do you get rid of McCarthy?
No, they're not going to. And I'll tell you why. Jerry's not going to get rid of McCarthy the same reason he didn't get rid of Jason Garrett for so long. McCarthy's another yes man. He will do whatever Jerry says.
Just so
and
you
that
know,
was the that's the problem.
Just so you know, they do have another yes man in waiting.
I'll give him another year. I think when they fall apart again next year, then we'll see him then he'll get the axe. I mean, let's be honest. Jason Garrett had them as a 8-8 team for 3 years in a row and kept his job. Didn't make the playoffs half the time. Made it, was one and done. They haven't been to a championship game since the 90s. So some of them players might not have even been born yet when the last time the Cowboys were successful.
I also got to throw another shout out. You know, Brock Purdy did not look good in the first half, but you got to give it up in the last quarter. He was slicing and dicing.
But you know what?
Kittle, did you see the one hand? Hold on. I got to give my man.
Oh, that
Kittle.
That was the clip I wanted.
One hand. The pop, 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 pop.
I knew there was another clip I wanted. See if I can find the one while you preach. Preach it.
He threw balls in the middle to Ayuk. CMC didn't have a big running game, but he did catch the ball. I mean, I got to give it up to Brock, man. He didn't. He damn near almost Diggs almost caught the interception. Almost had an interception from Brock. He dropped it. Brock did scare me a little bit with some of the passes, man. But he got 218 yards, man. No,
here we go.
All right,
here we go. We're gonna sit here and watch this. This is one of the most incredible catches I've ever witnessed.
Purdy, a lot of room now. Odin up over the middle. Oh, what a catch by Kittle! Are you kidding? George Kittle.
I thought 96 was gonna light him up. Hit him.
I know. Watch this. Here we go.
Be a play to get him a little life and a little confidence. You're going to see Kittle. He's not even really part of the route. This is just scramble drill. Brock Purdy kind of breaks the cardinal rule. You never throw the ball back across the middle of the field. But in this case, George Kittle makes a circus.
You see the one that tried to drop him and just whiffed right by.
Maybe that can be a little the life of the passing game.
Now we didn't
that was
score,
gorgeous.
We didn't score a TD on that, but we did end up with a kick, which helped us.
Right. Hey, but you know what? You guys know how you guys got a kicker that.
Shout out to Robbie. Robbie Gold should have been the MVP, folks, because the man was money when it came. He looked over at that kid and he said, "Hey, man, let me show you what a kicker does." And he was kicking that ball like it was nothing. But he's a kicker.
Yeah, that it was. I watched that, and as I watched the replay, I watched it a couple of times, and every time I watched it, I would hear Chris Berman. As soon as that guy misses him, I just hear Chris Berman with the whoop sound every time. It was just outstanding stuff.
I mean, CeeDee Lamb did get. He received 10. Got 117 yards. I mean, he did get a player out there. He was a stud out there, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. They didn't win. What does Dallas do with Dak, man? What did they do with Dak?
I think they keep Dak. I think the issue is keep him for now, but they need to get rid of Zeke. You need to move on. You have to get rid of one or the other. And I don't know, do they have somebody that can take over? I don't think it's necessary to get rid of Prescott, but I think it is necessary to get rid of Zeke to free up money. And Zeke already said that. There was an article that came out. He basically said that he wants to stay in Dallas but can't predict the future. Now, why are you saying you can't predict the future? Because that, to me, tells me you are concerned about your job. The fact that you have to come out there and you say that's an issue that I find interesting.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is kind of like talking like that too a little bit,
I know. I saw he said he would be willing to restructure his contract but he didn't specify a team though.
No.
That's the key there. Now the issue with Zeke is this was his worst season. He's been in the league 7 years already. 15 games he played. He generated 231 attempts.
His running back life is pretty much done.
What I'm saying is, I think he would be a good, like we said earlier. I think he's a good third down back. He's definitely not a starting. He's not worth $11 million that he's due in 2023. Not off of 231 carries for 876 yards, averaging 3 yards a carry. Those were all career lows. He also had a career worst 17 catches for 92 yards.
Yeah.
The only thing he's good at was scoring short yardage touchdowns. Now that is what I remember with Jerome Bettis. That was what happened with him towards the end of his career. What did they shift him to in Pittsburgh? they shifted him to what he did best: short yardage plays or goal line. He was he was probably that was the best he'd been for a while in his career before he retired after he got a Super Bowl win with the Steelers. Yeah. And I think that that's the same issue, but I think that they need to do something. I don't know. Cutting the run, if they cut Elliott before June 1st, they would it would come with an $11.86 million dead money hit while saving $4.86 million. A post June 1st designation would leave $5.82 million on the salary cap with $10.9 million in short-term savings. So I think that the fact that Zeke is saying something means that there's something going on that he may not be there. And if he does get the boot, I think it's going to be after June 1st because that makes more sense cost-wise.
I think he might because some of those guys love Jerry, and I think they might reconstruct their contract.
True.
Because I'll tell you what, where you gonna go? He ain't gonna go anywhere else and make that big money. He ain't gonna get paid.
I will say this. Thank God Dan Snyder is not in charge of Washington because Zeke would have ended up there. That's where he would have ended up. But I actually have a question for you. I want your thoughts on. So there was an article that came out that a defensive end was arrested today. And I just want your thoughts on it.
I saw that. The Niners. We always have a championship game or something. If it ain't the Raiders, it's the Niners. Somebody gets in trouble. But it's for domestic. It's a domestic incident. So basically, let's see. Defense lineman Charles. I'm not even gonna say his last name. I'll say O'Manihu. Okay. O'Manihu was arrested on suspicion of a misdemeanor domestic violence Monday, according to the news release from the San Jose Police Department. O'Manihu was booked at the Santa Clara County Jail and was released after he posted bail. Was also served with a restraining order. Damn. He's 25, is a key member of the team's defense line rotation and has a 1.5 sacks this season. He also has 2 sacks and a forced fumble in the 49ers 41-23 wildcard victory over the Seattle Seahawks.
So this is I got the arrest. Well, I was gonna say this. Well, I was going to say this is what the arrest report said. The victim alleged that he pushed her to the ground during an argument. Officers said that they did not, quote, observe any physical injuries, but she did complain of a pain to her arm. But it must not have been that serious because the victim declined medical attention at the scene. He posted bail. He's not in custody. He got the emergency protective order. So who knows? I just was curious what your thought was on it.
Well, as long as it's not a Ray Rock, who's that guy? Rice punching the elevator. First of all, I do not condone any type of domestic violence. No man should put their hands on a woman,
right?
No matter what, especially big old offensive lineman. They got to go through protocol, man. They do have to call him in, like what the hell's going on, and you can find him. Plus, you got to get investigated. There's 2 sides of every story, and I hate when somebody gets put in. You don't know what happened, and
right.
But. Just see what happens. I mean, thank God that the woman wasn't physically hurt, not in the hospital.
Well, and
like that.
Yeah, I want to hear both sides. I want to see how this plays out because the way you're declining medical attention, but you're saying that your arm is hurt. I mean, so I don't know.
Some people cry wolf, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not. I don't know the story. I don't know what happened.
Right, and we don't want to turn this into like some other past shows that we've had with certain players. But shifting topics, the Patriots got a new offensive coordinator. Bill O'Brien's returning to Foxborough as their new offensive coordinator.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So he is back.
Well,
he's been under Belichick for 5 seasons. So he was with him from 2007 to 2011, going from offensive assistant to receivers coach to quarterback coach, and now finally getting the upgrade to offensive coordinator. Because there was quite a bit of firings lately and hirings and interviews. The most for the interviews I think I've ever seen was Indianapolis. Good God, man! Every time I go on Twitter, we've interviewed this person, we've interviewed that person.
I want to give a shout out to the defense coordinator, DeMarcus Ryan. He's getting the interview too, man. The only thing I hate is, God dang it, every time we get good coordinators, you got to take them away. We had one good when he went over to the Jets, but I get it when you're hot.
Yeah.
The opportunities there, you got to think about your family.
The Jaguars GM said do you think Evan Ingram's going to stay with Jacksonville? Because I know the GM wants him to, so it'd be interesting to see if he'll want to stay or if he's going to go somewhere else.
I think he'll go somewhere.
So this next question I got for you will be a bit of a controversial one. So the NFL announced the Super Bowl officiating crew, but the issue that I have is there's at least one that will be on that team that apparently is blind, because every single person that watched the Washington New York Giants game saw the pass interference, except for that particular ref, who now gets to officiate the Super Bowl. I'm not understanding the logic there, but I'm going to guess. Do you think we'll see some more blown calls?
Well, my friend, I mean, there was blown calls in these playoffs. I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, I know. Lord, there was a guy that was held. I mean, I
know. That is my issue, though. Mm-hmm. My issues with this, it's not the NFL. I mean, I have my issues with the NFL, mostly because I cannot stand Roger Goodell. I hate him, and I wish Paul Tagliabue was still the commissioner. But one of the main issues I have is with the reffing, that they need to figure this out and fix something.
They can't. They're not.
I know they're not going to.
They're not. There's always, it's part of the game, man. There's always been some blown calls.
Right.
Always been some blown calls. It's just part of the business. And even when they even when they have like videotape, and then what sucks is it's after the game. We reviewed the game, and yes, that referee did make a mistake.
So what'll be interesting is we've seen these other leagues that are starting up. We've got the XFL coming up soon, the USFL coming up soon. And I know with the XFL, they've got some different things that they're looking at doing when it comes to reviewing plays, penalties, things like that. So the NFL needs to just do something to do a little bit better with that. That's my biggest issue.
Right.
Especially having this bozo that clearly blew the call, but then gets the promotion to do that as well.
It's a bunch of billionaires in a room smoking cigars and drinking cocktails that usually make the decisions, and they vote on that. So
it was unfortunate. Although I will say that we did also find out who is singing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. That will be Chris Stapleton. I'm down with that one.
Well, they invited one of my favorite singers, Babyface. Babyface will be there.
I don't know who that is. I know Chris Stapleton. What? I know Chris Stapleton. That's the only one I know.
Bro, I'm all right.
If I heard songs, I probably would. If I hear a song, I probably would. But
in the late '80s, there was a group called The Deal, and they had a hit song, "I Only Think of You on 2 Occasions." And then part of that group, they had a guy named Babyface, who went solo. He signed. He had a Babyface Records. with another. He hooked up with another producer, but Babyface had one of the biggest albums back in the late 90s, dude. And let me tell you something. Man, that album, or early 2000, not late 90s, early.
Yeah.
He had some hits. Babyface is amazing. And he was a host. He was a judge on America's Idol. But go ahead.
So, I'll have to look him up. I'll probably recognize it once I hear a song. But the Cardinals have, since they're searching for a head coaching job, they now are doing a second interview with one particular person who I'm pretty sure, I believe, has been a head coach before. Dan Quinn, the Cowboys' current defensive coordinator, is getting his second interview for the Cardinals head coaching position. Wasn't he a coach before, head coach for the Falcons? Or am I thinking? Okay. So he's got head coaching experience. Obviously, he did a fantastic job. He did a fantastic job with Dallas' defense. There's no question on that. So I think he would be a great, do a great job as a head coach. The only issue is the quarterback that he's got. I mean, but maybe a new coach will get. But you know what though? I almost want to. I don't want to put the current quarterback with a prior quarterback that was a handful, because that
I'm not gonna go there and say Dak is garbage. He's not.
No. I'm not talking Dak. I'm not talking about Dak. I'm talking about Arizona. I'm talking about Murray.
Talking about Murray. Okay,
Kyler.
all right. We're talking about Dak. We're talking about Dak.
Well, he deserved it. But no, I'm talking. Do you think Dan Quinn will be able to turn around Kyler Murray if he gets the job?
Somebody needs to, because Kyler Murray has a lot of talent, and he had some pieces. They need a running back, though. They do need a running back in Arizona.
Right.
I mean, they got James Conner, I think, but
yeah. My concern with this is, like, I remember a time when Arizona had this young quarterback. They thought he was going to be really good, and he turned into this just idiot. And now he's I don't know ever what happened to him. I think his name was Matt Leinart. Not that I'm now Kyler Murray is 10 times better than Leinart ever was, but the drama and all the nonsense that they do, the drama and stuff.
Kurt Warner, Kurt Warner came along and took that kid's job, man. Sit your butt on the
bench. But that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm getting at is, if Dan Quinn brought in another quarterback that was, better, or could just maybe not even better, but
Kyle Murray is your star, dude. He's your star. He just needs a coach that can help him. A la Trevor. Trevor didn't have a good coach, and what did they do?
Oh dear God! Look at that. That was
clutch.
Night and day. That was
special. So you just got you need a coach,
right?
Somebody needs to coach this kid, and then also he wasn't reading, according to people they were seeing, he wasn't reading the playbooks. He wasn't studying,
right? Yeah. Well, the Falcons are working on they're getting some moves as well. Ryan Nielsen, the Saints co-defensive coordinator and defensive line coach, has been interviewed for the Falcons defensive coordinator job Tuesday. The Panthers, who are also looking for a new head coach, completed an interview with Kellen Moore,
right?
The Cowboys offensive coordinator. That one, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. I don't know with him. Let's see. The Bengals waived somebody. Let's see. Texans. The Texans are looking for new head coaches. God, man, I forgot how many head coaches there are. Teams that are in need of a head coach. So
coaches and quarterbacks. There's a lot of quarterbacks.
Yeah. So the Texans interviewed Evero, I don't know. The Broncos defensive coordinator is scheduled for a second interview on Wednesday for the head coaching job. And Mike Kafka, the Giants offensive coordinator, is being brought in for a second interview for the head coaching job as well. So they're going that way. The Colts also interviewed the Broncos defensive coordinator for a second interview for their head coaching position. Let's see. How about we got the Chargers? Thomas Brown, the Rams' assistant head coach, is scheduled to interview for the Chargers' offensive coordinator position, and Joe Brady, the Bills' quarterbacks coach, has been requested for an interview for the Chargers' offensive coordinator job as well. So,
Chargers need
let's
help,
see.
man. They're turning out to be another one and done team, and they got a very talented.
On separate news, Dalvin Cook has been selected, made his 4th straight Pro Bowl appearance. Not that means much because the Pro Bowl is a forking joke now. But after Pollard suffered a broken leg during the Dalvin Cook got the spot because he was the backup. Now he's the starter. But I'm glad that for Cook. It sucks for Pollard, but let's be real. The Pro Bowl is a excuse my French, but the Pro Bowl is a fucking joke.
My man Christian McCaffrey is not a Pro Bowler. That is insane. This guy should be.
The Pro Bowl has not been the same since Sean Taylor leveled somebody and then got told you're not supposed to do that. This is the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he did level that guy, dude. And he was like,
dude,
Pro Bowl, guy played out. I was like, dude,
that guy.
Come on,
but
man.
That was Sean Taylor. He played 100%. Didn't matter when it was. Oh, and that was a thing of beauty. And then they were that. Yeah, oh man, we've just never been the same without him. Let's see. Well, offensive coordinator interviews. The Jim Bob Cooter, the Jaguars passing game coordinator, has been requested for the Bucs offensive coordinator job. So, God, I hope he gets the job. I just want to be able to who's the offensive coordinator for the Bucs? Jim Bob. Come on. So many jokes that I'll be able to do that one.
Right.
And then Washington's got an interview with Thomas Brown, the Rams' assistant head coach, is scheduled interview. Actually, I'm not really even understanding why that is listed for Washington when this somebody typoed the shit. Tom Pelissero apparently typoed this one because it says Thomas Brown, the Rams' assistant head coach, is scheduled to interview for the Chargers' offensive coordinator position, but they put that under the Washington Commanders. So somebody clearly doesn't know what the hell they're doing, and I could probably do a better job. But yeah, we got championship weekend. We've got Super Bowl coming up shortly. Yeah. We've got USFL. We've got XFL coming up. So it's going to be nonstop football. We might sprinkle in other sports. Probably not. Probably not. We got enough football to talk.
I need official picks though, man. I need the official picks because you went with Jacksonville over KC, didn't you?
No, that was my joke pick. I clearly stated that was like the joke of the NFL. No, I had already said that. I'm sticking with Cincinnati, and I'm sticking with San Francisco, and I'm putting San Francisco against Cincinnati in the Super Bowl with San Francisco winning it.
Kansas City. 49ers in Kansas City because Patrick, my homie, he's something about that kid. And I mean, come on, dude. They're going to shoot that foot up with all kinds of medicine and probably have him. I think what sucks is he's not going to be able to have that burst of speed to run. And then I don't know how he's going to pivot the foot. How's he going to throw? Who knows, man? But he does have Pacheco, who's becoming a superstar who can throw short passes or hand the ball off to him. He still has Travis Kelce. He's got weapons.
Yeah, he's got weapons. I agree with that. The fact is the Bengals have the Chiefs number. They've had it for a while now, and I think the Bengals have the edge, and I think as much as the Eagles have been on fire, there are ways to shut the Eagles down, and we know that. With as good a defense as San Francisco has, I think that they will be able to step it up. Purdy may struggle a bit, but I also give him a little bit of slack because he hasn't played. But what has he hit 7 games yet? 7 games. He literally got that. I mean, for what he's accomplished in 7 games, there are quarterbacks that have been in the league for 10 years that can't even pull that shit off. So I give him a lot of respect for that, and I think that they will get the job done, and they will finish the storybook ending for Purdy when it comes to the Super Bowl. And I will say that if you want to see a throwback, there is a video on the NFL's website. If you go to the NFL.com, go to what's trending. There's a throwback to watch Jalen Hurts, and Brock Purdy go off in a college duel. So with the Iowa State versus the number 9 Oklahoma Sooners. So you can go watch that one. And we lost Ray. Let me see if he. Oh, there he is. And he's back.
I was waving in the back.
because I had the NFL website up, so I was, and then I just looked at it. I was like,
dude, I hope he sees me, man. I hope he sees me.
Yeah, so you've got that one. You can watch that if you want. Purdy had 337 yards, 6 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts had 341 yards and 5 touchdowns in that classic matchup. So I'm not saying that they're going to put up those kind of numbers this time around, but I mean, hey, they could.
You got the
I know.
You have cold weather. You got the weather as a factor.
Yeah, this ain't Iowa State versus Oklahoma. This is.
But they got Devontae. They got AJ Brown. They got the tight end Goddard, who's a hell of a tight end.
Heck yeah!
Receiver. And they do have the Eagles do have a running game. They do got
I mean, it'll, like I said, it's definitely going to be one to. I think I'm trying to think which is going to be the more exciting one. I think they're both going to be exciting. I think the San Francisco Philly game will be the higher. I don't even know which one to pick for the highest scoring.
Think it's going to be another boring defense game. I'm going to give the highest scoring to the Cincinnati because they got my man Chase, and then
I could see that one.
You know what Patrick Mahomes can do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? I kind of agree with the Niners, Philly being a defensive battle, which I'm okay with that. That would excite me because like I said, I've stated this before. I'm a defense guy, so anytime I can watch a good defensive battle, I'm down with it. I would love to see that in the Super Bowl when we had that before, and when Brady was back in there, and it was a defensive battle. I fucking loved it. I thought that was one of the greatest Super Bowls to watch, and everyone was like, "God, this is boring."
Right. But see, let me tell you something. Jerry Jones is a smart man. See, Cowboys lose. Guess what? My friend Jeff, he voted for the 49ers to win and got a nice little payday. So I think a lot of Dallas fans or people know bet on the opposite team. Put your money on the opposite team.
How is your friend Jeff? I haven't heard from him lately. I know. Didn't he? I heard you say he was. I heard he was going to California, but I haven't heard if he ever made it back.
First of all, the nosebleed seats were going for between $400 and $500. The real tickets out around the field was going anywhere from 4,000 to 10,000. Like it was just something ridiculous. And you got to buy food, and you got to go parking. It's crazy. But I just want to say, he gave Vet, me, Santiago, and some other people the double bird because we said on our show, and they've said on their show on the network that Cowboys was going to be one and done, or they wasn't going to make it to the championships. And so he was giving us the double bird. And, No, I didn't say nothing. He wanted to bet. He wanted me to come on the show to wear a Dallas Cowboy jersey. And I was like, man, I'm not. Cause you don't have a show to come up and wear a 49ers jersey. Or you would post pictures or whatever. But anyway, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm on to the Eagles. I'm done. He needs to realize that the Cowboys, Stephen A. Smith told you, just an accident waiting to happen. And as far as Dak time's running up, brother. You saw what happened to Carr over at the Raiders. Fans and ownership can only take so much. You know, they can only take so much.
You know the sad part of this is Dak Prescott is following the exact path of his predecessor. Good old Tony Romo. Because neither one of them could get the job done. And the job as a quarterback is to get your team to the Super Bowl.
I seen a video. You had a guy with a Tony Romo jersey pouring the lighter fluid over a Dak Prescott. You know what? You take both them damn jerseys, man. You take that old Tony Romo
I know.
jersey,
Like, well, I don't understand, but I don't even get it. Like, people are like, oh, but Romo was this great No, he was just as bad as Dak. They are one and the same. Neither one of them can get the job done.
Well, he never did the butt fumble, though. Shout out to Mark.
No, he
never did the butt. Never did the.
He didn't do that. And you know what? He never headbutted a goalpost and gave himself a concussion and ended his career either. Thank you, Heath Schuler.
Yes, I remember
Hashtag
watching that.
hater.
I remember. I will have to confess. I laughed so hard I peed on myself when I saw that. When he was.
It's so one thing to get excited when you score a rushing touchdown, but dude, don't be stupid. I mean, not that I was so upset because we got Gus Frerotte to take over and he was good, but my God, that started the quarterback controversy that we've never been able to get out of.
Then you got Odell Beckham. You know, he's fighting the kicking net. He got into it with the kicking net. And was fighting the kicking net.
I mean, but Dallas, man, they've got issues at quarterback. They got an issue at running back. They got an issue at kicker. The only thing they don't have issues with is their defense and wide receivers.
Right.
I'm just like, God, I don't understand it. I to this day I can't figure out why everybody. I get that Prescott looks good. He puts up all these yards. So did Romo. Romo set all these records. You know what those records meant? Nothing. Bupkis. Absolutely nothing. Because what did Romo do in the end? He didn't get them anywhere.
No.
He never got them through to the championship. Never made it to the Super Bowl.
Just remember the memories. The memories.
Yeah.
I think.
And I feel bad for that family that has to buy a new TV.
Did you think? Let me ask this: you think if Cooper Rush, you think he could have won it? You know,
I think he could have given him a better shot. To be honest,
wow.
I don't think they would. I think Cooper Rush would have given them a better chance. Even with the running game as crappy as it was, I think he could have given them a better chance because I don't think they would have done that bonehead, whatever the hell that play was at the end. I think they would have done better. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if the outcome would have changed, but I think they could have done a better job. They could have had a better chance of winning because I still would have bet against them. But I think that if they were going to win, it would be with It would have been with Cooper Rush and not Dak Prescott.
Gotcha.
I think Prescott is one of the issues that they have, and I think so. As do I think that Zeke is one of the issues that they have. I think those are the two main things that they need to figure out about during the offseason. But do I think that they're going to get rid of Prescott? No, I think they'll get rid of Zeke before they do Prescott. And I think Zeke knows that. That's why he went out there and said, well, I would love to. I really want to stay with Dallas. But you never know what the future holds. The fact that you said that, you voiced that, you tweeted that out, whatever it was, that tells me you know you're on the chopping block. But I think that we'll see Zeke somewhere else in a backup role, or third down specialist, whatever, goal line specialist, whatever it'll be. But he'll be somewhere else come June 2nd.
In Canada,
he might. Hey, you know what? I hear the XFL and the USFL will be looking for new players, for the following year. No, I think a team will sign him. I think he'll be released. I don't know if anybody's going to trade for him, because I don't know if they'll want to take on that kind of money. Because if you trade, you're putting him as a starter. He's not starter material at this point. He could maybe get there again. He's still got enough that he could get there, but I think that he'll get cut after June 1st, and someone will pick him up.
I agree.
So, with that, guys, we're pretty much out of time. We're kind of just spinning it here, but we'll end it early tonight, 5 minutes early, whatever. So we will see you guys here next Tuesday to discuss the Super Bowl and how Vet was right that it was going to be San Francisco versus Cincinnati, or it'll be San Francisco versus the Chiefs, or it'll be Philly versus somebody. Who knows? We'll see.
The Chiefs.
We will see. I mean, either way, it's going to be a fantastic NFC and AFC championship.
Yes, it
and
is.
I can't believe that Tuesday we'll be discussing the Super Bowl, because that will be crazy. That our season is over.
Wings, get your popcorn, get your beer, get your ribs, your burgers, your hot dogs, your brats.
Tell your wife goodbye. It's Super Bowl week. I'll see you next week.
Yeah. Told her.
The NFL has already stated the Super Bowl is now officially a week-long thing. They got stuff all week long that they'll be airing. So that what they're saying is, tell your wife, tell your children, you'll see them in a week after the Super Bowl. But guys, we are all out of time. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. The world is still crazy, but we will be back here right on time again.
All right.